We generally get the concept of free speech as Americans. But how exactly does that apply in the workplace? Many people very wrongly assume that the First Amendment to the Constitution carries over into their places of employment. Not so, I'm afraid. Freedom of speech in the workplace extends only to the public sector, government employees. With few exceptions, private sector employers have no obligation whatsoever to let free speech reign in the workplace, or on the Zoom screen for that matter. There is a small but to this that you should be aware of. It's called the National Labor Relations Act, NLRA. It gives private sector employees the right to discuss their working conditions. It's considered a protected, concerted activity. Now, I'm a former HR leader, CHRO, Chief People Officer, so I can tell you how much most of us hate employees sharing their compensation stories. But they can. Yes, they can share information about pay, benefits, safety, and other work-related issues. And they can do it in the break room, at happy hour, or even on social media, Facebook, Twitter. There's some really good case studies on this that you should look up. In this hotbed, though, of seething opinions oozing out of every corner, know this about discussing politics at work if you're a public sector employee. Even though the First Amendment applies to government employees, it's not a blanket entitlement. Yes, you may be able to get away with expressing opinions about a political issue in the workplace, but according to the Hatch Act, a federal government employee may not engage in partisan political activity while on duty in the federal workplace. So what is political activity? Well, it's activity that encourages the success or failure of a political party, a candidate for office, a political or partisan group. So it's probably best not to cross into that territory, especially these days, wouldn't you say? Well, whether you're in the public or private sector, just declare a no politics zone if the topic appears to be creeping in that direction. And then just search for common ground, common topics, and commonality in general. Unity is really not that hard to find if you're committed to looking for it. Leaders, protect your corporate culture at all costs, especially these days. If you need more information on this or other leadership challenges, call us for a complimentary consultation. We're ready.